All right, we are tokenizing the world one asset at a time. And Doug Pepe of Mango Farms likes to say, from real estate to diamonds to art to sports collectibles and more, you name it. The Raven coin system was built to create an immutable digital representation of these substantial worldly assets. The projects have been distinguished themselves in this broad field, encompassing a future industry digitizing trillions of dollars of valuable assets. Who are those nominees, Haley?
Our first nominee is BRIK BC Real Estate.
Project 33.
Diamond Ancestry.
Athlete Assets.
And the winner for Best Tokenized Assets is BRIK BC Real Estate.
Woohoo! Come on down.
All right.
Let's take a selfie.
Woohoo!
I love it. I love the dancing. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. That's fantastic. Really appreciate this award. It's yeah. Thank you so much. Love the dancing, Erica. Can everybody hear me?
So sorry, it wouldn't stop.
No, it's all good. Thank you for that dancing. Really appreciate this, guys. Can everybody hear me? All good?
Yes.
Yeah, you perfectly.
Fantastic. Well, first of all, just get this right here, on presentation tool. Yeah, look, but really appreciate this award. It means the world to us in terms of the recognition that obviously in terms of recognised tokenizations, but more specific recognition around tokenizing real estate is what we do. But firstly, also like to congratulate the other nominees, Project 33, Diamond Ancestry, Athlete Assets. Really, congratulations to be nominated. I think, from my perspective, we're all winners in terms of this award, this particular category. It's also a recognition for other people that are doing projects in terms of tokenizing assets, specifically. Our colleagues who are also tokenizing real estate, Dan and Sarah Jenkins from Hydrochain, they're also tokenizing their real estate property there in the US. For them, they are, I will mention them as a special message to them, because they are the ones who brought Raven Coin to tokenizing assets. So when DigiShares were looking for a blockchain, and they're the ones who suggested Raven Coin for DigiShares to put to their clients as a chain to tokenize real estate on. So again, I say a special thank you to them, because without them, we actually wouldn't be here, because we do share our service provider. DigiShares our service provider, as well as Dan and Sarah's. So again, I thank them for sort of starting that journey in terms of Raven Coin to be able to tokenize real estate on, and just as I do appreciate the previous categories for donating their time that they didn't use for their speech. I kindly accept their time, so you're gonna have to put up with me. But there's a couple of things I do want to mention in accepting this award. As I said, in terms of we really appreciate the support we've been given when we first came into the community last December. When we were told that by DigiShares that you could tokenize real estate on the Raven Coin, and we made the switch, as some of you know. Again, and the community took us in and were very welcoming, and today we're doing our bit in trying to advocate in terms of what Raven Coin blockchain is all about, and that's the variety of projects that can be built on, not just real estate, not just art, NFTs, but movies, music. It's such diverse aspect of what's happening on the Raven Coin blockchain. So again, I appreciate the community for the support that you guys have given us, and through our Twitter spaces that we do, in educating what is real estate tokenization, our BRIK Q&As that we do as well, and just across all our socials. and the support that we've been people get behind us and help us get the message out there, because as I said, as I always say, our competitor out there is actually mainstream, and that's our focus. That should be our focus, to bring mainstream into blockchain world, and specifically Ravencoin blockchain. So I think if we focus on that as a community, and focus in helping each other and bringing mainstream in. From a tokenization real estate perspective, it is changing the world in terms of being a way to provide access to anybody from anywhere in the world to real estate property. People that never really had a chance, or whatever their circumstances have been, will never get a chance to access traditional real estate. And now through tokenizing real estate, anybody can actually access real estate. Obviously, we've got our second property, the BRIK Dolphin, which is it's our second property, but our first one on the Ravencoin blockchain. And for us, that's an iconic moment for us. It's an iconic moment for the Ravencoin blockchain in terms of having the first real estate project on the Ravencoin blockchain. And that will actually change, I think, in going forward. In terms of the activity on the Ravencoin blockchain with real estate projects in particular. So again, what we actually say is actually our model in particular is basically it's providing the everyday person now renting to the wealthy, which traditional real estate has always been the wealthy renting to the everyday person. But we've actually flipped that around, and it's actually the everyday person who now can actually access real estate to be able to get on that journey and be able to rent to the wealthy in terms of luxury properties that we do. So it is a new frontier of real estate in terms of what's happening, access to real estate. Share what's happening out there with your friends and families in terms of new way to access real estate. And lastly, just a couple of things here, a few thank yous. Really like to thank C3 Media, Blockchain John, who organised this. They had the vision to, in terms of John, in terms of inspire what was happening with all different projects on the Ravencoin blockchain. And he shared me that board when you first enter Braveland and all the projects that are on there. That was his inspiration to basically start the first Ravencoin Global Awards as we are today here celebrating. So big thank you to Blockchain John and his team at C3 Media. Big thank you to Philly. Philly's put a lot of work with terms of the website for these awards and all the stuff behind the scenes. Fantastic work, Philly, what you do. And also the rest of the Raven team that's been supporting C3 Media and Blockchain John, Dow, and the rest of the team. And I do apologize if I missed anybody. You know who you are. Again, really, myself and the community really appreciate all the hard work that's been put into these awards. The first ones, that basically our grandkids will look back this in many years to come in the future, look back in today as this has been a very historic, iconic event for the Ravencoin blockchain. So we thank you to those people who put this fantastic event on today. And just some closing thoughts in terms of, as you all know, my motto is always about the rising tides raise all boats. And I think if we all have that attitude and supporting each other across all different types of projects on the Ravencoin blockchain, I think we're all going to get where we want to get as a community. So be kind to each other. Being kind costs nothing. So be kind and support each other. It doesn't matter where the cycle of the crypto market is. It doesn't really matter. Just keep supporting, keep building,